Hello, good morning. Okay, this is fine. Hi, welcome to part 2 of my shop prep vlogs. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but you girl is sick again. Literally like 2 weeks ago, I just got over my last cold, and I think the past weekend I went to Brandon's sister's engagement party, and then I went out to the club the next day, so I must have like caught something while I was out. So yeah, I feel great. Welcome to this little series where I'm ramping up to open my online shop and sell some prints. If you didn't see part 1, you can watch it here. Yeah, so pretty much the plan today was to go to that local printer that I was talking about and bring them my print files and take a look at their paper stock and decide what the move will be and then get those prints ordered. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there and be like coughing and stuff while we're like touching fucking cardstock. So yeah, I'm gonna save that task for a later date when I'm feeling a bit better. But yeah, let's continue on this wild ride. Okay, so also, my stickers came in. Okay, I wanted to unbox it on camera, so here she is. Like I said in my last video, I got it from Jukebox. They're a printer based in Canada. Ooh. Oh my god. There's one. There's 2. Oh my god. They're so cute. They're so small. Oh my god, adorable. Look at him. Ah. Okay, and number 2. Plant. So cute. So cute. Okay, so the quality, it's a lot like sturdier than I thought it was gonna be. This is the super matte one from Jukebox. So it's meant to be like permanent and you can like wash it on in your dishwasher or whatever. But yeah, perfect. I love them. So cute. Ah! Okay, so next up, I want to design and get like a custom stamp for my envelopes. I want to get a stamp that has like my little shop brand or whatever on it that also says do not bend. My first time when I like spent a bunch of money on shop collateral or whatever, I did get a bunch of like do not bend stickers that I still have a bunch of, and like these are fine, and I'm still like using this red or whatever for my shop brand, so I think I will try to use these up. I have a bunch of white stay flat mailers, which I feel like these stickers will be better for, but then I also got a bunch of craft stay flat mailers as well, which would hold the stamp ink better and just like give more of like a handmade feel. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that I'll use the rest of these stickers just for the rest of the white mailers that I have, and then use the stamp for these craft ones. Let me just pull one out. Okay, so yeah, these are what the craft ones look like. I got a bunch of these small ones that I'm going to use for postcard orders. Otherwise, I have like a 9x12 one, which obviously would be more shipping and would be used for my prints that I'm selling. So I wanted to get a size that's like a little bit smaller that could count as letter mail. So yeah, you kind of get it. Like this material is a little bit more like matte and it'll like absorb the ink, whereas on like the white finish ones, I'm a little worried that the stamp ink might like smudge off and things like that. So that's kind of the plan. I'm looking at a local printer that offers custom traditional ink stamps, so I would just need to get like a ink pad or whatever. So let's design a little stamp. Okay, y'all, you know what time it is? It's voiceover time. Wow. So yeah, here I'm just kind of like laying out some type around the stamp. I knew that I wanted the Do Not Bend stamp to kind of incorporate my little logo that I designed. So I'm just setting this type as like a guideline for what's going to be written on it. The type itself I'm planning to trace over so that it can like have that same kind of like soft hand-drawn feel. And then moving into Procreate, this is me just, you know, using that kind of typeset guide to draw in the little letters and make them kind of cute and like puffy and rounded and whatever. Like I said, this stamp is going to be just like a traditional kind of rubber stamp cut out of rubber and used with an ink pad. So when I do stamp it, I know that like the shapes themselves will have a bit of like texture from like, I don't know, bits of the rubber not picking up enough ink or not putting down enough ink or whatever. So I know that like the design itself is okay to look a little bit more like solid and kind of like thick, and that'll kind of be softened up and it'll feel a lot more like tactile and like textury with the actual application of the ink, if that makes sense. So I feel like, I don't know, the roundness and the friendliness of the actual design of the stamp mixed with the texture of the literal stamping that I'm going to be doing will kind of blend to, you know, create this kind of handmade but also like cute and cool kind of vibe, I guess. I don't know. And then yeah, this is pretty much it. So after I finished the design itself, I just kind of imported it into Illustrator and then used an image trace to turn it into vectors so that the print shop could create like a mold or something out of it that they need to create the actual stamp. And I was all good to go. Okay, well, good morning, hello. Still feeling amazing, looking amazing, as you can see. Yeah, so with, you know, brand stuff kind of on my mind, working on that stamp, I figured I would go ahead and make little thank you cards to include in people's orders, and then I can just like write little notes or whatever. I have a printer here that I got to just like print off commissions and things like that, and so I'm thinking I'll just print it off of there. And then I also have to print off a commission that I did like a couple months ago, a few weeks ago, something like that, that I still need to give to the person the next time I see them. I may as well print that off as well if I'm gonna be powering up the old printer. So let's get down to that. Alright, hello, good morning. So it's the end of the week, and my plan was to go to that print shop and figure out all of my print stuff this week. They're closed on weekends, but as you can see and maybe tell, I'm still sick. So yeah, that's not gonna happen until next week. Kind of throws a bit of a wrench in my plan. So basically what's left to be done on the shop is I have to set up my website, I have to get my stuff printed, and then once I get my printed goods back, I just have to photograph and list them on my website and set up all of the like shipping logistics and stuff like that. So yeah, I could start working on my shop website, starting to figure out how that's gonna work, because right now it currently hosts my portfolio. And I've done lots of stuff on the site to like make it exactly how I want for my portfolio, like things in like the CSS and whatever. So I feel like that's going to take a bit of figuring out to sort out like how I'm going to host an e-commerce shop with like different branding than my portfolio on the same website, because I don't want to pay for 2 websites. I don't want to pay for 2 domains. So I might start on that today, but it's also H week this week, and I haven't started on my H week illustration. I haven't even picked the word. So I think I'm gonna start my day with that, try and have a cozy little time and figure out what this week's postcard thingy is gonna be. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so H week, Illo. Let's talk about it. Yeah, basically, when I was sitting down to like figure out what I wanted to relate this illustration to, I was thinking like H for like healing, heal, whatever. And I was thinking of like a little saying that I could do it with. And I really like the kind of vibe of like take time to heal. It's very like nice and kind of like kind. So yeah, I kind of had this idea of like a face in like lots of different positions kind of representing the concept of like passing time or whatever. One good example of where I've seen this before, kind of like in the same like broken glass kind of composition, is like the Paprika movie poster. I'll put it on screen here if you guys aren't familiar with it. But yeah, this kind of came to mind. And then it also reminded me of that one illustration that I did that was kind of representative of like passing time in isolation and how it like affects your mental health. I'll put it on screen here, and this is going to be available as a print in my shop, by the way. Yeah, so I really like the like depicting visually passing time, and I wanted to like do something that would challenge myself to like paint a little bit. You know, I always do like lots of like line art drawings and things like that, but I wanted to kind of like challenge myself in like painting faces or whatever. So I took my reference that I took and then just like took a bunch of screenshots like you guys saw, and then like built out the image with my photos just so that I have something to kind of something solid to look at as a reference. And then yeah, I just basically kind of sketched out all of the different sections of my face. I was also looking at like a bunch of references to do with I think it's called like kaleidoscope photography or like prism photography. It's like when they like the photographer takes like a glass gem or prism or something and they put it in front of the lens so that like your face kind of like repeats in like a certain pattern or whatever. I think that's really cool. So yeah, that was the idea behind that, and then I basically just kind of went in and sketched all of the faces and laid down that kind of initial groundwork. So yeah. Okay, hi, good morning. Sorry, I'm just balancing my camera on like my little tissue box. Yeah, so I'm gonna get started on working on my shop finally. This is something that I feel like I've been procrastinating, and I don't know why. It's kind of like not very exciting work, and I know that I'm probably gonna run into a few hiccups. So yeah, So the way that my website is set up is very custom to the look that I want my portfolio to have, and some of those like custom CSS things or whatever that I've changed are kind of like global for the website. So yeah, I'm kind of dreading having to go in there and mess with the things that I, have already spent a lot of time troubleshooting and figuring out to get my website to look the way that I want it to look specifically for my portfolio, but now to try and like make that work for my shop as well. I don't know how much actual footage I'm going to show of me working on the website because it's not very thrilling. It's literally just me like sitting there and like clicking around, searching up how to do things and then trying to do it. I'm going to be using a Squarespace. That's what my portfolio website is hosted on. I've built lots of websites for like client projects and things like that on Squarespace, so it's what I'm most well versed in terms of website building. And it's just nice that they have like all of the integrations of like building a shop and linking up like shipping plugins and things like that. So yeah, Squarespace is going to be my choice in terms of website. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get started on that, and then I'll take you guys through what I end up doing and talk you guys through a bit of the decision making once I've made those decisions. So let's get to work. Okay, hi. So yeah, got a good amount of progress, I think, on the website. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, the header is a little bit different now. So I have the logo on that corner, and then all of my pages and things will be over here. So once the shop goes live, you can imagine a shop nav button there, and then the cart nav button in the corner. And then, so for the shop itself, I wanted it to feel like a bit of a different brand than the portfolio page that I have. So if you can see, if we go back to like my main gallery page, it's a little bit different. It's cleaner and like fully white. There's none of that banner up there. And then if we go to the shop, yeah, I just put this section in here to kind of make it feel like a different vibe. So when you go onto the shop page, it's very clear that this is like a different kind of experience. And then I just added this like little scrolling thing here where you can put like some scrolling text. I wanted some sort of announcement bar or something, and Squarespace has that option that you can put at the very top of the website, but then it's site-wide, so I didn't want that appearing in my like portfolio gallery pages and things, so I just put that there, and so that'll work if like I have any promos going on, or if I want to like change the text and update people on whatever when you like land on the shop page. And then yeah, the rest of it is just, they'll just be my like products and things down here. So yeah, probably still like a long ways to go in terms of like preparing the shop, but I feel much better having this kind of setup and kind of understanding what the shop itself is going to look like. So once I have my actual products and everything, obviously then I'll be able to shoot them and come up with the images for each of the item listings, and then really start to like build out how this is going to work. And then I have to figure out like shipping and linking. I'm going to use Shippo, I think, which is like a website plugin for shipping labels and things like that for e-commerce. So that's going to be a huge kerfuffle. Maybe it'll be easier than I expect, but yes, that's next on the docket once we have the actual items. Hi, so I want to talk about postcards again. If you guys remember in my last video, my part 1 of my shop prep series or whatever, I went to Instagram and I did like a vote on which postcards I should sell. So as you can see, people voted for C being their least favorite postcard. But then after I posted that video, I got this comment, and I don't know what YouTube is doing or whatever, because I got the notification on my phone and then I clicked into it and then the comment wasn't there. But then when I would go to the video again, it would show up in that little like preview box or whatever under the video, but it disappeared. So I'm sorry if this was you who commented that. I didn't mean to ignore you. I don't know where it went. So yeah, it was a very valid point. So I posted another poll on my story to ask people if they, voted thinking that they were voting for their least favorite or their favorite. And these are the results. So yeah, as you can see, more than a third of the people that voted thought they were voting for their favorite postcard. So the votes that we got are pretty much invalid, right? So now we know. Sorry to anybody who voted. I guess it doesn't really matter now. I'm just gonna include C. I'm gonna include the C postcard in my first launch because it would suck for the people who did vote for C thinking that, they were picking their favorite. So I didn't design the back of the postcard for C yet. So I'm gonna do that. And then we can put a rest to the C postcard drama. Hello. Good morning. So despite, that last cough, I'm feeling pretty good today. Yeah, so I feel like I'm ready. I feel like today is the day for me to go to the print shop. I'm going in person because I like to see samples of their different kinds of paper, their different thicknesses of cardstock, decide which one is right for me, and then also order a few proofs. What's nice about this place is that they do free proofing. So let's go. Okay, we're here. Let's do it. So I'm just waiting at the back. I haven't been to Little Rock since I was in school, and back then they had a different location and you can go in and they had a desk, a front desk or whatever. So I just called and asked to look at some paper samples, and they said they'll bring me out a paper sample kit. So I guess this new location, it's more of a curbside pickup industrial kind of thing. So all right. So here's the kit. I'm gonna open it when I get home, and then we will decide which ones to use for my prints. Hello. Hey, yummy. Was this for me? Oh, thank you.
No, just wait. Jesus, Richa.
Okay, hello. We are home. And let's look at these paper stocks, shall we? So here it is, the paper stock sample kit. So 16 point uncoated. So this is nice. It's nice and thick. 13 point uncoated. They're pretty similar. 11 point cover. So it's kind of between these four. So 16 point. This is the thickest. It's pretty thick. It's pretty nice. Okay, so it's a little bit more expensive. Is that a little overkill? It's really thick. Maybe I don't need that. I feel like 13 point is already pretty thick on its own. Or should I do a coated one for my prints? But then it has a sheen. It's not super glossy. It's just if you guys can see that. So I'm just gonna kind of look at the prints that I have. Oh, this is hard. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's not that shiny, but it still is kind of shiny. Frickin' heck. Okay, so firstly, postcards, let's decide. So this one isn't an option for the prints, and it is quite a bit more expensive for postcards, so I think I'm gonna go with this one for my postcards. 13 point, 270 GSM is pretty thick still, and I feel like that's fine. And uncoated is kind of, preferred for postcards so that you can write on them, right? But then for prints, I mean, like, even though this is uncovered, it still, like, obviously has a bit of a reflection there, right? So is it that big of a difference if it's coated or uncoated, you know? Because I feel like print-wise, this is the best quality. And I mean, if it's on your wall, you know, quality is the most important. And I like how thick it is. So, okay. That's what we're gonna go with then. I think decision is made. 13-point uncoated for postcards, 15-point cover for prints. Sorted. Okay, cool. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and order the proofs. Hopefully those don't take too long so I can go pick it up pretty soon, hopefully this week. And then I'll go ahead and do the order and we'll have our actual physical prints. Okay, hello. So yeah, I just wanted to wrap up the vlog. Yeah, I was hoping that the proofs would be ready today, but they haven't gotten back to me yet, which is fine. So next part of this series, I will have the actual physical prints, hopefully, the proofs, and then I'll probably hopefully go ahead and order my actual stock from these guys. So you guys can look forward to that, and then hopefully as well I'll have the stamp finished. So that's exciting. And what else? I feel like the next part we will either be able to launch or be pretty freaking close, because I just need to get my stock and then photograph it and then film like a couple like marketing reels or whatever, and then just like figure out the listings and the shipping stuff on the website side, and then we should be like good to go. So we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of the H-week illustration, I did a bunch of work on it off camera. I find that like since I'm doing this style that's a little bit more like painterly and a little like outside of my comfort zone, it's hard for me to whip my camera out and like really be able to like focus on this, so I worked on it a bunch on my own. So this is what it's kind of looking like in one corner of it. I'm like getting into a flow of like painting the faces and stuff. So yeah, this probably won't be up until Sunday or something like that. This video is coming out on Friday, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, @LeeChuts. And yeah, this video is sponsored by meeee. So if you want to continue to support me, you can drop a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe if you want to. Join my little family, army, cult of people that watch my videos if you want to. And yeah, that is all. Thank you again. I hope you guys like this one, and I will see you guys in a bit. Bye bye. Bye.